Welcome back everybody, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I am doing an update on what has been going on with my life and the whole pregnancy after vasectomy thing. So I also have been going through some major family things. My grandmother just passed away on the 11th of this month, which was a few days ago. I am filming this on the 14th. So that happened. I have my son's birthday coming up this weekend. His birthday's on the 20th, but we're celebrating it on that weekend. Before we're all getting over being sick. For the second time, my son is still very, very sick right now. He has something in his lungs, upper respiratory. I think he got another cold on top of his other cold. So anyways, enough about that stuff. So I don't know the exact dates because I was in Spokane for 3 weeks, came home. My husband finally is home with us now, so we have that transition going on. It's been about 2.5 months since my husband's been home. And what I mean by that is my husband got a job here in town, so he was able to move back home. We haven't lived together for 3 years, kind of living together. Anyways, I don't want to get off on like different subjects here or anything, but I just want to talk about when I got back from Spokane. It was a couple days after I got back. My son has my phone, so I don't have my calendar in front of me, but I had like a light spotting starting to happen, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get my period, you know, because I didn't think I was pregnant. Like everybody was saying like, no, that test is positive. So I had several positive tests, and I just didn't believe that I was pregnant. I think because of what was going on, I just wasn't able to process it and to focus on that. So when I got home, I did take another test. I called my midwife, and they said I could come in and confirm the pregnancy if I wanted to, but we were in the middle of my husband switching jobs, so we didn't have insurance for like a month and a half, and so I didn't want to go in and create just medical bills and stuff like that, and I honestly really didn't want to even like acknowledge it. And I know that sounds really bad, but I was just in this really strange place with my grandmother and her situation. This has hit me really hard because my grandmother helped raise me. She, like I said in my other videos, she's the only one that I had to talk to and to be near me basically when I was growing up as a girl and becoming a lady and maturing, and she was just there for me for a lot of things, and she was like my mother. And she lived right next door to us. We all lived on the same property, and my grandmother and my grandpa lived in a mobile home right by our house, like up on another part of our property. So I mean, every day after school I would go over to her house, and we would, you know, eat and play and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I just, until I was a senior in high school and I left to go to college, I was with her. So it was just really strange, like focusing on myself when I had so many things to do and worry about, I feel like. So basically what happened was I started to get spotting, and then it went away, and then like 4 days later I started to get some spotting again, and slowly I just started, like, basically had a period. But so I called my doctor, my midwife, and she was telling me that I could come in and get an ultrasound. At that point I didn't know like really how far along I would have been, so what she was saying to me was that the most common type of like miscarriage, and I don't even want to use that term, I don't know why, you guys, I don't really know what's going on with me. I am going through grieving right now, and I'll talk about that later, but I just want to stick to this topic. My midwife said that the most common type of miscarriage is like what they call a blighted ovum, where there is like a placenta and a sac, but there's no baby inside. So that is the most common type of miscarriage that happens, and usually you don't even know that you were pregnant. So I just basically started bleeding and had like a normal period. I had a little bit more intense cramping than I normally have had before I had the baby, because I had like one weird period at my 6-week point postpartum after having the baby, and I thought I was getting my period back. So I don't really know what that was either. Anyways, I am not really processing what has been going on. I am, like I said, going to start going to a grief counselor from our church, and it's called a grief share. My husband and I went to a marriage conference. We go every year. Like, they have them 3 times a year, but we just go once a year because it's the same one, like 3 times a year at our church. And we went to that, and I met 2 moms. One of them had her son pass away at 10 months, and then I met a mom that her baby passed away at 2 days old. So I just, and they were talking about grieving a person that is still alive, but you don't have the same relationship with anymore, whether that be that you cut the relationship off or maybe medically there's something happened to them. So like my grandma, after she had her stroke and her brain aneurysm, she had dementia, and she didn't know who we were. And it was literally like 2 weeks before this happened. I was getting ready to go over there and start taking her to her doctor's appointments because she was having some medical issues. So she was going to meet the baby, meet Selah and everything. And so my main goal was to just go see her no matter what state of mind she was in. And I fed her, I talked to her, I played music with her. I massaged her. I brought baby lotion and put lotion all over her arms and her face, and I just rubbed her legs and her body and everything, and just, like asked her if anything hurt, or, just any, the things that you want to do to your mother or your grandmother to make sure that they are comfortable and they're not in any pain. So we did that, and we sang lullabies, and she held the baby, and we sang like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Rockabye Baby and Jesus Loves Me, and she knew all the words to the song, you guys. It was so beautiful, and I obviously didn't get it on video or anything because I just didn't feel like it was appropriate to do that, but I have that memory in my mind, and I'll keep that forever. But this is the first time I've cried in a while. I don't know why. Since she passed away, I haven't been able to cry until just now, but I just don't want to. I'm like tired of crying. I don't know what that is. I feel like I need to be strong for my kids, that I don't have time to grieve. So I think that's why I didn't want to talk about like me being pregnant or anything, because the pain that I'm feeling for my grandma is so much more. And I feel like it's just nothing, you know, it's like this compared to something that's so big. So this is why I need to go to a grief counselor, because I am not grieving properly based on like what the like outline she gave me says. Like I'm replacing things for what I lost, and like basically everything on the list, there were like 5 things, I'm doing like every single one of those, like grieving alone, hiding it, so when my kids are asleep or my husband's not here, I just am by myself. I just do it when nobody's here, and sometimes it comes out and I can't control it, which is probably good, but like I literally had a guy at Home Depot say something to me, and it just, like, I started bawling in the line at Home Depot, and people were looking at me, and I was just like, oh my gosh. I had a lady at the grocery store the other day, after I was in line and I checked out, she literally came up to me in the parking lot while I was loading my groceries in the car, and she asked me if she could pray with me, and we did, and I did cry then, so I have cried, so, but, I just am going through something I've never gone through before, and I don't know how to do it, I guess, or I know how to do it, I'm just not letting it happen. So that's why I need to get help, because I feel like I need to be strong for my kids, but when I hold it in, I've been really angry lately, and having like, I'll have like anxiety, and then I'll have anger, and then I'll get like really scared and like have a panic attack, because my grandmother was literally like, I don't even know what to call it, she was my sail in the wind, like, that helped direct me in my life, and I don't have that anymore. And I know I need to allow, you know, Jesus to be that, and this is teaching me something really amazing, but it's like I don't want to face it right now because I'm so angry. And I'm angry about a lot of things, like that I can't be close, and I didn't get to see her like days before she passed away. Like, just want to be around my family, and I'm just here alone without my family, and they're so far away, but I can't go there because it's too much for me to deal with the kids, and like being away from home and my husband and stuff. I just did my makeup just to cry it all off. We're getting ready to go to the mall and go to James's play club today, so I just wanted to film a quick update. This is probably going to be way longer than I wanted it to be, because that always happens, but I am going to go get coffee. I'm just looking outside because it's kind of windy, but it's supposed to be like a really nice warm day today. Well, 43 is warm here. Anyways, I need to go tend to my son. He's really sick, and the baby's probably gonna wake up soon, so I gotta get ready to go. But I hope you guys are satisfied with having this update, and excuse me for being like MIA. The video that I filmed the other day for my fall Thanksgiving decor, I filmed part of that video before this all happened, and then I filmed part of it, like the decorating part, after I got home. So I was able to have like that old footage to put a video up for you guys, but I just want to do something current and like right now today, and I'm just gonna go love on my children and love myself and go have a warm cup of coffee and sit and let my son play for a little bit. And thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. I hope that you can you know, have patience with me. I really want to try to upload every day. I want to start daily vlogging. That was my goal before all this happened, and now I just like don't know what to do. I am like so scattered, and I feel like everything is just like all these pieces of everything is everywhere, and I just don't even know how to explain it. But thank you guys so much, and leave me a comment below and some prayers, and I will be responding to your comments. And I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.